Okay, so for the next puzzle, it's called 20 Hertz. And the first thing you should realize is that this puzzle is very much about music, as you can see that there are so many different instruments. And then if you don't already know much about music, but you've done a lot of research about it just for this puzzle, you'll realize that each musical sound can be represented by an alphabet. For example, this sound, this is a C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and so on. So what the title is trying to tell you, 20 Hertz. 20 Hertz is the lowest frequency the human ear can hear. So it's trying to hint that you should find the lowest sounding note that all of these instruments can play. So each instrument has its own standard range. For example, for the flute, it starts from this C until this note, and this lower sounding note can be represented by the alphabet C. So if you find out all of the lower sounding notes of all these instruments, we'll get this. But after that, what do we do with the number beside it? You see that there's a positive and negative here. You can think of it as like positive in the right direction and negative in the left direction on a number line. So you can visualize it like this. For the flute, it's positive 6, so it starts from C and it moves down the alphabetical order by 6 steps. So C, D, E, F, G, H, and I. So you get H. Okay, so if you do the same for all of the other instruments, you get this INSTAGRAM. If you put them out together, it spells out Instagram. So if you look at the first, look at the whole puzzle. After this section, there's a blank space and then STEM Club SSIJB. And if you insert the word Instagram in there, you get Instagram STEM Club SSIJB. And then if you go to STEM Club SSIJB's Instagram page and you look at their posts, you find that there's a very weird post that's completely black. There's really nothing. But if you listen to the audio, you hear a bit something like this. Alright, so the next clue is this sentence. And you see that the keyword here is perfect pitch. It's even repeated 3 times. Now if you do some research on perfect pitch, you realize that it's this. You can read it if you want. Okay, but the point that we are focusing on is the ability to name individual pitches played on various instruments. So if you imagine yourself as a person with perfect pitch, when you hear this, you are able to identify each of the pitch that is also represented by an alphabet. So for example, the first note is a B, an A, D, a G, and lastly an E. So it spells out BADGE, batch, and that's the answer for this puzzle.